Good evening, Interworld. This is Sergeant Slack here from Banana Bomb Productions. We're back in World of Warcraft and we're on my warrior Sesquipedal. What I wanted to show you today is the new scenarios function. So you had Dungeon Finder and then Raid Finder was added in the last patch, and now we have scenarios. So the only one you've got at 85 is Theramore's Fall. So I'm going to find a group, and basically this is a 3-person instance. So you have 3 DPS from the videos I've seen later on of the MOP scenarios. There's actually an NPC that fulfills the role of both healer and tank. For the time being, of course, and before MOP hits, there's only going to be 3 of us in there. Okay, so we're going to jump into this scenario, and it's basically you have 3 DPS, and in the later videos I've seen of MOP, you do have an NPC who's fulfilling the role of both tank and healer at times. Say hello to my group, and hopefully they won't leave before we're fulfilled. So stage 1, to the waterline. What you've got to do is get on board these ships, and you've got to rig the powder barrels to blow. Now I've done this a couple of times. I've worked out a nice route through here, and so we're going to start on this one over here. Get up and get involved. Hopefully not pull the captain before my group catch up with me, although the way my luck's been going today, we'll probably pull him straight away. So there's a group, there's a bunch of oh dear, straight on the captain then. So this is kind of fulfilling a role. It's a PvE scenario, sorry, but it plays like a PvP scenario. You've got to be much hotter on avoiding damage. So Captain to Learn here does this whirlwind attack in this kind of a space, and all you need to do is move out of the way to avoid it. So it's quite good training for DPS, and hopefully it'll fill that void when there aren't people, because I mean I heal and tank on my characters, and there's times when you don't want to. There's times when you just want to get in there and smash people in the face. So this gives you an instant opportunity to do this, and yeah, with only 3 DPS you can get in. You can quite happily get in. It does help when all 3 DPS are on the right thing, of course. There are pallies down there doing something else, and yeah, you get little tiny bits of loot off these guys. You walk over, you right click on the barrel and rig it to explode. Simple as. So you've got 6 of these barrels to do. On the next ones you do have to be a lot more cautious. You have to watch things like your own health. It's nice when you have an off healer who throws some heals on, but I don't think we can be expecting that from Horny Tauren just yet. So moving over onto this ship, your next person you have to deal with is Mad Morden Morganson, which is, I think, a throwback to another one. Now this guy does an unavoidable damage buff called Dynamite Blast, which puts a bit of a dot on as well. So it's good to use things like your Victory Rush and Impending Victory, and be able to use those, pop cooldowns when you're on bosses. So it's your usual kind of structure of PvE, but it's got a lot more of a PvP playstyle. There's a lot more personal responsibility than there is in groups. So run over, right click on the what's it called? Hey, Horny Tauren's throwing in some heals. Sweet. So yeah, rig those to explode. Come down to your next one. I prefer to go to this guy over on the left here on this ship, and then I'll show you my little shortcut that I've worked out. So this one you can actually, no, you can't do anything. This one with Lieutenant Granders, you have to kind of get in there and wail on people, because he does patrol over by the keg. It's nice having the kegs in different places, and yeah. So hopefully you can get in without too much of this pulling of everyone on the whole damn ship. It is like an instance in that respect. You can selectively make your way around the map without having to kill too many of the mobs. So let's get in there on Lieutenant Granders, keep health up. I find it's best to take out the little wussy 85s, because they can still do a lot of damage as you go through. So take those out, use your Impending Victory or Victory Rush to top yourself off, and then start on the boss. Disarm, All your usual kind of like damage buffs and little bits of playing technique you can still use. So get him down. Get this last, oh well, not the last barrel, get a third barrel, fourth barrel. So then we come back up for the Squall Shaper, who we can possibly, oh no, that's already been done, that's why there's only 4. So if you come down this way, what you can actually do is run as far as you can on land, jump off into the water, and you can make this sort of small transition across to get these last 2 ships over here, and over here. You need to jump to get out onto that ramp, which isn't terribly brilliant. Ah, this is the one. With Captain Dashing. Now, Captain Dashing is a bit of a pain. You don't really want to be wailing on Captain Dashing on your own, because he does a... Oh, we might not have to wail on him at all. Pull these guys down here, and we might actually be able to get in and get over without having to pull Captain Dashing, because he does like a warlock kind of charm thing, and I mean you can see how easily these 85s go down without much on. So if we can avoid, no, we can't avoid, so well, it gives you a chance to see the Captain Dashing fight mechanics. So he will do this charm thing, which I suppose you can interrupt, but I've been, because I'm wearing my PvP gear, I don't have sort of like DPS gear, as it were. I have a bit of low-level tank gear, which will start me off, which will probably get replaced with the start of Mop. Get him down, but no, it's not bugged. Hand of Freedom. Cool, so we move on to our last guy. You do have to jump to get off the boats and avoid that. We'll move on to our last powder keg up here, which again I think we can, if you get, I'm not sure if Captain Brelig, who's on this boat, whether he pulls when you do the keg, or whether you just he's just stood close enough that you actually need to pull him to get the thing. So let's see if we can, no, yeah, he's standing close enough so that you do actually need to kill him. But there we go, we've hit the last powder keg, and we're on to the next stage. So stage 2 is the Blast Master. So what we need to do, we'll finish this guy off, disarm him to reduce incoming damage, we'll finish this guy off, and we'll get on to our next bit of the challenge. So again, little bits of loot appear to be being picked up by our team, because you can see it rolling in down here. So once you've got all these done, you want to jump over and come over this way and talk to Blast Master Sparkfuse, who's this little goblin guy stood over here in the middle of the wall. So this one, Slay Baldock and his dragons, we're 3 up in this one, so jump in, get the fight going, and get as many of these people. Again, now in this one you've got a couple of elites, and I find it's often better to get your non-elites down first. They can give you that healing buff, and you've got your AoE damage, which is going to be coming in all the time on those officers. And yeah, it's just a better way to get through things. It reduces incoming damage because you've got less people wailing on you, and look at that, the Theramore officer is almost dead by the time we get to the end of this. So that done, little bit of lootage. Ooh, and silk cloth. So go up here, there's another couple of groups of mobs. We'll get in, get a spell reflect up because we're fighting some casters. Now it is worth keeping one of these faithful guys focused, because there we go, casting a heal. We don't want you casting heals on us. We don't really want you casting damage, but we'll let that slide. And so it does work with you sharing out the aggro between you. I mean, as you can see here, I'm attacking people, but I haven't got all that much aggro. There's a few of these people, and a marksman, and we appear to have pulled this next group as well. So let's get in on a bit of that damage. So get these guys down. I mean, this bit, it's much more like a PvP fight. There's rarely things like this epic in raiding. Oh, polymorph, get out of that. Oh, we've got an Arcanist, that's why. So, top off at the end of a fight with impending victory, victory rush. Good, and we're on to this sort of mini boss fight. So we're going to heal up, we're going to slay Baldruk. What I like to do in this one is go for the Griffins first. So if you take down the Griffins, again, it's like taking down the lesser 85s before you do the Elite. Then you're reducing incoming damage and giving yourself a bit of off healing with... Oh, I appear to have lagged out. That's incredibly not good. Oh, come on. This is like the 5th time I've recorded this bloody video. Ah, good. And we've managed to get in there. They've managed to slay Baldruk. And managed to get in there. So I've got a host of warnings because I haven't got updated my add-ons. So, what you can do is you can sneak around these guys. Get out of it. I don't care. You can sneak around these guys, go around the back. You don't have to engage them in a fight. But it would appear that we are. So... Spell flicked. Yeah, sheep yourself. Doesn't seem to be working as a sheep yourself kind of thing. So, the next stage is tanks for nothing. You need to destroy Big Bessa and sabotage some of the other ones. So, if you come around the outside here, then it's a little bit sneaky, and you don't end up pulling as... Ah, he says. You generally don't end up pulling as many mobs. There are still a few groups that you have to fight. Let's get that Arcanist on the go. And, yeah, you can get on to... You can get on to the next objective quickly, get through the instance, be raking in more gold and loot. I'm hoping the loot will be slightly improved when you get onto MOP standards. You'll ride through this house? Yeah. So then you come over to this area. You've got some unmanned sabotage tanks and you've got Big Bessa. So the trick here is just wail on Big Bessa. Basically, don't get caught in the sights, don't stand in the fire, which is that big red thing. There will be times under this when you're taking a lot of damage and you do need to get out of the way and just kind of avoid that damage. And for the meantime, I'm going to pop my cooldowns, go full retard, and see if we can get this down. So of course it's best to wait until you're not being focused by Big Bessa to pop your damage cooldowns. And like recklessness, you don't want to be popping wreck when this thing's beasting on you, because that will hurt. So boss fight, not too hard. People are taking damage, but it's controllable, it's manageable, especially with like new CC and maneuverability and things that you've got in the MOP stuff. It is manageable. Yes, you're going to be low on health after a fight, but deal with it. So you come over here, arm one of these unmanned tanks. It will then give you this emote, get away from the sabotage tank. You don't need to be having to do that. So then will then explode. You then need to backtrack across the map. So we're still a tank. Oh no, there we go. Final stage, fly, spy. Slay Hedrick Evenkane, who is over here. You're going to pull a group of mobs. Pull that group, don't pull that group up there. So I'm there fighting the officer instead of who I should be doing. Oh, good. Oh, good. Bring more people into the fray. That's exactly what we needed. So you can backtrap around the map there instead of coming in this way like I've apparently chosen to do. Select someone next to me. God damn you, Warcraft. That's annoying. So you do have to watch it. You can't go for like uber big pulls like we've done here, because you get into trouble like we've done here, and without having a good idea of what you're doing, you can quickly go down. freaking take our caster out over here. Good, good, good. So yeah, like I said, you can backtrack to where you fought Baldrick and run around the edges of the houses, but I managed to get stuck in the landscape, and then we're on to this big death killing. So it brings in a little bit of extra loot. Why not? Don't need. So we're going to mount up and we're going to come back over here and stick to the left to avoid pulling extra groups of mobs. And then Hedrick is in there. So we're going to come over this side and we're going to wait out those before we get involved in these. Rawr! Smash you in the face. Get up here, get straight onto the caster. Pull lots of people, take far too much damage, throw down a stun, not have anything we need, up and running, too much, don't die, and I'm dead. Well, that's a bit of a fail. Let's hope the rest of my group don't die. I didn't have any problem with that pull the other day, so all you got to do now is if you do die, hit release and you will come back like a PvP battleground. You will come back to your original starting point and you have to ride back to where your team are. Sorry about that. Managed to survive before. So, as I've illustrated there, you can accidentally pull a bit much and find yourself in trouble. Rode back with a bit of park hour, and this is your extra way. So this is where you fought Baldrick before with the Griffins. You can come back this way and sneak around behind the houses in order to get back to here. So park hour over there and come back to the inside. So once you're inside this building, you have to slay Hedrick Evenkane. Now Hedrick Evenkane is upstairs in this building. Should probably wait for people. Ooh, I won some gears. Wow. So Hedrick, this is kind of your typical Alliance castle build. And just wonder if our Lock knows where to go. Should probably have told him about the quicker way to get back. So again, we're going to wail in on these guys and hopefully kill them all rather than dying shamefully on the internet like I just did. So then we're on to the officer. Got some off heals which are keeping us nicely topped off. It's only when you do big stupid pulls that you're going to die, but I thought we'd be okay and we weren't. Okay, that's how it goes sometimes with the rolling of the dice numbers. So then we get in here, slay these people, and you want to make your way to upstairs, where your first boss is. So up here, and then up here, I think. It will take you into a room up at the top, which is where Hedrick Evenkane is, I believe. Now, I may be wrong. I haven't done this 100 million times. Oh, great. And we got some more people. Oh, we've got even more people. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. So I'm going to pop my Healy macros sooner rather than later this time. We're going to get into killing these guys. It's not a good idea to pull the people in this room before you get to this stage, but it does happen sometimes. As this is a scenario, there are lots of variables involved, including your team. I think my team are pretty good, but I can't be sure. And, well, yeah, for your sheep, at least you're getting a nice heal down through it. Let's take this freaking caster out. Why has no one killed the caster? Good. Caster's dead. Everybody's dead. So, you come up to this room, there are, of course, other people, and then we're on to the big boss fight with Hedrick Evenkane. Which is probably some kind of boys' school reference. So you get in, you fight this guy, he summons a couple of waves of things. I don't know why I've been voted as tank. Oh, Paladin's out aggroing me. So now he gets to be tank. So yeah, he will summon him some extra people, I believe, at some point. Not summon, he just calls out for them. And they come in. Disarm him when he draws his sword and shield. And get in. There's also, it's nice because we need to loot the arcane shackles off this guy. And he's... Yeah, he drops 3 of them. So everyone gets to have a go. Everyone gets to... so if the other thing is as well, if you do have a problem and someone DC... I should probably move out of that damage. If you do have a problem and someone DCs, you all get a copy of the items you need to progress through the level. So he dies, loot him up, and Arcane Shackles key. So what you need to do now is go back downstairs, back down here. Can I jump over here? I can, yes, so I can get to be first. And you come in down here, like where Thrall was kept in the other one. You womp over to this guy. And Paladin's going to be really helpful and jump straight into that rather than letting me show you how it works. Which is slightly annoying, but whatever. So, womp in, kill these guys, and you've got a Horde spy. So you come over to him, and you've got a little bit of an interaction. You can unlock his shackles, or you can leave him shackles. So that's your last bit of the final stage, is free. It pops up with that. You get some justice points and you get the spoils of Theramore. So the spoils of Theramore, Horde firework and a big wok of gold, which is kind of nice. And then this guy, Thaulan Songreaver, he'll summon a portal back to Orgrimmar, and there will be a cinematic.
We're gonna turn this place into a sinkhole.
One last thing before I leave you lovely people is I will show you one of the other things you get. When the first time you complete this scenario, you will get a letter in the mail from Thaulan Songreaver. Thaulan Songreaver, that is. And mine is in the bank, but I'll show you what it does. In here, you will get the mini mana bomb, which is soulbound. It's a vanity item, and what it does is throw it on the floor and it gives you a little mini mana bomb like the one you just saw in the cinematic. So this is Sergeant Slack from Banana Bomb Productions saying thanks very much for watching my video on scenarios. Like, comment, subscribe if you did, and I will catch you soon.